Hey guys, me Elizabeth, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing another unhaul video. I don't know if I've done a specific unhaul video, but I've been unhauling a lot of books in December and just the end of last year because I'm like trying to read my physical TBR and trying to be realistic about the books I'm gonna read. Like, am I actually gonna read this book? Probably not, so I'm gonna get rid of it, that type of thing. So I want to be brutal with myself and honest, and I want to go through my TBR again because I've been looking at some of the books in my TBR thinking I'm probably not going to read this, I should get rid of it. So let's go through my shelves. This is going through my physical TBR. Something else I wanted to mention is that I just finished editing a video on my entire physical TBR, and that is my entire physical TBR as it stands right now, which means that some of these books I unhaul will be in that video, and you'll just have to bear with me. And if you watch that video, you'll have to watch this one and then realize from that video that I don't own these books that I did mention in that video. So let's just get into the video. Let's just unhaul some books. I have my thoughts. I have my eye on a few books. Let's just get right on. Actually, I just want to take a quick look at my cart. I don't think there's anything I want to get rid of off of my cart, but I want to just take a quick look at it. This is what we're looking at. This is the top shelf. I don't see anything I want to get rid of here. This shelf, no. Also, if you watched the physical TBR video, I didn't show you this book because I didn't own it at the time, but I got this from Barnes & Noble with my Christmas money, and it's The Complete Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton. So if you came watching this from that video, there's another book on my physical TBR. And obviously these are all books in series. Oh, there is one on here that I want to get rid of. That's right. I am actually going to get rid of Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is Witcher, one of the Witcher books. I think it's technically book 3 or something. I'm getting rid of this because I decided I don't want to read this anymore. I was really excited and I really wanted to read this. I heard some good things from people, and then I was looking at the content, the warning content and stuff that's in here, and it didn't sound like a very good idea for me to read. And then my brother-in-law was saying that he read the first 2 books and it was not, there is stuff in it. So I think I'm just going to let this one go because I don't need to read books that have a bunch of crap that I don't want to read about in it. So this will go to somewhere. I just decided to go through it and I'll show you the books I picked out. I have a little bit of a stack here. I'm not getting rid of like tons and tons and tons of books, but I have a little stack here. I'm sure there's possibly some more books in the stack of books that I wrapped in newspaper that I could think about getting rid of, but again, they're wrapped in newspaper and I'm not going to unwrap them. I'm going to give those ones a chance because I did, I have a challenge with that. But these ones, I've just decided I'm not going to read them. I don't know. This one, I'm still on the fence about, honestly. But it's The Life of Jane Austen by John Halpern. Basically, I'm interested to know more about Jane Austen, but there's actually another book that I've been seeing around that I legitimately want to read, and I'm thinking one day I'll buy that book and read it and be interested, but this one I'm probably not going to read anytime soon, if ever, so I'm thinking I'll give that to someone else. They might enjoy it. I'm going to see if my mom's interested or my aunt or cousin are interested in that one. This one, a couple of these actually are cover buys. I don't buy books based off of the cover, like, barely ever. I always, look into the book. Recently I've been trying to buy books that I know exactly what they are. They're on my TBR, or I know the author. But in the past, if I saw a book that looked interesting, it might look interesting, but I had to, this was kind of just a cover buy. It's called Blue at the Max, Jack D. Hunter. I saw this cover and I was like, this is just the coolest cover ever. And it is historical. I think it's fiction. I don't remember. I think this might be historical fiction. If it's not fiction, I'd be slightly more interested. But if it is fiction, then I'm less interested, basically. This is Bruno Stachel is a nobody, a newly recruited junior officer in a First World War German combat squadron, but he's determined not to remain in a nobody for long. I think this is like war literature. I don't know. Either way, the cover's amazing. I love this cover. I love the colors. I love the plane. I love the like little like photograph moment in the back here. I think this is just a cool cover, but realistically, I'm probably not going to read this. I keep trying to convince myself in my brain like a reason why I shouldn't get rid of this because the cover looks so cool, but realistically, I'm probably not going to read this, and I have a lot of reservations about history books now because reasons, but basically, this is probably fiction, and if it's historical fiction can be fun, but I'm more drawn toward nonfiction. So then we have Voices of the Pacific, Untold Stories from the Marine Heroes of World War II by Adam Makos. I just decided I'm not going to read this. I thrifted this one, and I think I thrifted all of these books, let's be real. But I just decided I'm probably not going to read this. Really, like, I like learning about certain World War II things, but I mean, this one is kind of stories of the people, but I specifically like to read books like Band of Brothers or things that are specifically about one specific person or something that I know is most likely actually legit. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but I finally decided I'm probably never going to read this, and that is Modern Fairy Stories, Goblins and Other Nazis, The Practical Guide to Miss Edith McFate, as told to Leslie M. Bloom. This one I've had for a while, and I think I got this in like a mystery box thing that I bought like years and years ago. And I did start reading this. I read like maybe like a couple of pages, but just realistically, I'm not gonna read it. And also, like, it's a cool idea. I'm not like in love with the art style as much. I don't hate it or anything, but I just realized I'm not gonna read it. I'm just not going to. It's been on my shelf for ages. I've even put it on a couple of TBRs and haven't read it. So there's that. A couple of these are kind of more newer purchases, but whatever. End of last year purchases. This one, The Christmas Box by Richard Paul Evans. I did technically start this in December, and I was planning to read this in December, but this is a legit cover by. I looked at this cover and thought, oh, that's really pretty. And then I read the back and I was like, that sounds like it could be kind of interesting. And I literally just put it in my cart. It was like $1 or something at the thrift store. But I literally bought it because of the cover. Like, I was like, I don't care. I'm buying this just because of the cover. Like, I read what it was about a little bit, but I didn't care. Like, I was just going to buy it anyways because of the cover. So, I just know myself, and I know I'm not going to read it, and I shouldn't have bought it. These two came out of a spare time books, mystery books box that I got last year. And they both sounded kind of interesting, but I just decided I'm probably not going to get to these. So, I have too many books, okay? Simone de Beauvoir, Memoirs of a Beautiful Daughter. I don't really know much about this, so I'm not that interested. That's what I have to say about it, I'm sorry. And then we have Volverdi's Gold, A True Tale of Greed, Obsession, and Grit by Mark. Something you can try and pronounce, because I'm not going to. This is a history, and it sounds intriguing, but I'm realistically not going to get to this. You know how many history books I own? Neither do I. So, there's that. So, this is my little stack of Unhaul. Some of these will just be going straight to the thrift store because I don't know anyone who would be interested. But most of this I'm going to see if anyone in my family is interested in them. But yeah, these are the books that I'm getting rid of. I just decided it's time to do an unhaul because there's just some books that I'm thinking about that I need to get rid of. Also, in doing this unhaul, I've made a tiny bit of space on my TBR shelf, in which means I can put like a couple of the books on my floor onto my TBR shelf. That is like the ultimate goal every time I unhaul, is to make space on that shelf so I can put the ones on the floor on that shelf. So eventually I won't have any books on my floor. I mean, realistically, I would love to get like a mini, like a one of those square, smaller Billy bookcases from IKEA or something, because that would fit perfectly right next to my black bookshelf, and then I'd have more book space. But also, like, do I need another bookshelf? Do I need more books? Do I need that? Yes, but no. Like, I want it really badly, and I want to have, like, 1,000 books so I can have a library, but also, I don't technically need that, so. Anyways, that's a little unhaul. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you have fun reading adventures. Bye.